Hi there, my name is Samuel and welcome back to another video where today we shall be taking a look at the LEGO 76201 Captain Carter and the Hydra Stomper, which is from Marvel's newest show, which had their final episode yesterday, Marvel What If, which honestly I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I've loved all the action in it. I thought the characterization was absolutely incredible. Just really cool to see how it is throughout the entire MCU, but not just that, the entire Marvel multiverse. It really would have been cool, and this is what I'm hoping for maybe season 2 if there is a season 3, but it would be so cool to see other actors like Tobey Maguire pop in, any of the actors from the X-Men, maybe Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. There's so many possibilities they could do, and it is about the multiverse. There's basically a theory that there is like an infinite amount of Earths like depicted by different options and like stuff like that. For example, if you turn left, you turn right, sort of like that Doctor Who episode, I guess. But yeah, here we have the set, which is one of the two sets, which the other set is practically based off season 2 because they had to move the episode. But yeah, this set does include 343 pieces. This does retail for £28, $30 and €30 at full retail price. And yeah, this does include 3 minifigures. Our first MCU Red Skull, which honestly is really awesome. Sadly, it is the one that they've been using for a bit in the sets, but still, nevertheless, it's a really cool figure. We have Captain Carter, which that figure, as you can see on the thumbnail, I did improve it, and I will show you that a little bit later on. And we have got Steve Rogers, but he is, of course, in the Hydra Stomper. So let's take a look at the minifigures, starting with Captain Carter. So starting off, we have Captain Carter, aka Peggy Carter and Mrs. Universe, where she was the one who took the super serum instead of Steve Rogers, aka the current Captain America, or who was the current in the MCU now, of course, it's Sam Wilson. But yeah, you can see that this is actually the stealth uniform, and practically without giving too much away, we do see her basically what would have happened if she was in the Winter Soldier instead. So yeah, taking a look, you can see her printing her shield there. Honestly, I'm not really big of a fan. You actually don't see this in the show. I mean, it's a cool idea, but I would have preferred to at least get Steve Rogers' version before. And you can see that there, which her face and her hair looks absolutely terrible. I will sort of get back to that in a minute, but honestly, I don't think that works too much. But anyway, you can see, taking a look at her body printing there, you can see that looks really cool with the stealth uniform. And there you can see on the back, and there you can see her other expression, which honestly, I don't think it works too well. So now let me quickly swap out a couple of bits and show you an accurate version, which I don't normally do this, but this time round I really wanted to just show what it looks like. So taking a look at Peggy Carter here, you can see what she looks like. Honestly, I think this works really well. You can see here, I think that honestly it matches her really better. The face is actually not as different as I thought, but this one is actually the official Hayley Atwell face, so I mean it does work. But yeah, that's what she looks like with the hair, but it does seem like she has got a different hairstyle. I think maybe the one from Kira, I believe her name is, from the Solo story, might be a bit more of a better match, but I do not have that hairpiece sadly. But that is what she looks like. I just thought I'd at least show you because I think it does look definitely much better. So next up, we of course have Steve Rogers, which here he's about 24 or 25, and the reason I'm saying that is because this face print, honestly, I think it looks too old for him, but nevertheless, you can see his body printing I think looks pretty nice. You can see mine's a little bit fuzzy, but hey, it does look okay. You can see he has his little parachute on the back. But yeah, he honestly to me looks way too old, and of course they couldn't make him skinnier. They can't do that here, but I think at least they should have given him, I think, mid-legs, because to me, he honestly looks too tall. He just doesn't really work in like coordination to Captain Carter here. So yeah, that is that. But still, I think it's really neat, and at least this is our first young Steve Rogers outside of being Captain America, which is pretty awesome. So then finally, we do have a Red Skull here, which honestly, this figure is absolutely fantastic. He actually does have the Tesseract here, which honestly is really just weird how these are both Tesseracts within literally the same year, within I think the same release time as well. So that, no, sorry, a month apart. So that honestly is really weird to see. But then taking a look at the Red Skull minifigure, you can see he's printing here. He has the Harry Potter robe legs, which work really well. He has the red body printing. His face, honestly, looks really well. Like, I think the figure is really cool, but the stud shooter is terrible. Why does Red Skull have a stud shooter? For me, I think he should have had a pistol. I know that Lego don't do that as much this day and age, but I mean, it is a lot more accurate historically as well, even though he wasn't, but the party he was involved sort of was related to another one. So yeah, there you can see that. Honestly, that is such another fantastic minifigure. A bit of a shame, like I said, he's in another set, but then technically he's an exclusive variant because he actually has the printing on the legs. So that is a Red Skull. So starting off by taking a look at the mech as a whole, straight off the bat, you can see that this honestly is a pretty nicely sized mech. You can see that the joints and everything, they are done pretty well. It all blends in, the size of the legs, look really good as well. Like, nothing seems out of proportion here, which is something that is really good, because like one of them, I can't remember particularly at the minute what set it was, but one of them had really weird like arm joints, so the fact that they've actually sorted that here honestly looks really awesome. So yeah, starting off down at the bottom, you can see his feet here. They of course have got stickers on there, which honestly is really cool to see. It of course would be better if they was printed, but hey, that's never gonna happen. I think the stickers look pretty nice. You can see one there, and then you can see we have the Beskar ingot, as we're gonna call it now. You can see that there, you can see there inside, which looks really nice, the dark green and the lime green. This really should have been done in sand green. I know that's a lot of sand green, but the set would have definitely looked miles better, but I mean, it does still look okay. Moving around, you can see the back, we have the Nexonite shields, which honestly, I think that's really nice that they've actually added those shields to make the set look even better. You can see, taking a look at the arm there, you can see what it looks like. It does look a little bit weird when you do it like that, but I mean, you're not going to have it too like that, I would say. But taking a look, you can see we have the stickers there, which those look really neat as well. The stickers honestly on this set are really fantastic. You can see we have like the waist area, the hip area, which looks really cool. You can see there's a hinge. I'll show you that again in detail in a minute. And then you can see we actually have a stud shooter at the end of both of these, which is really cool. The fingers there can actually grab a figure, of course. So for example, if we grab Red Skull, which does actually have the inaccurate gun from doing the figure review, because I actually did that first for once, or technically after the intro, but you get my point. Chronological order. But then taking a look at that again, you can see that looks really neat. See the joint in sand green. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Then taking a look at the jetpack, this honestly looks really neat. There is a shame though that you actually can't stand the figure on there, because in the actual episode you basically see Captain Carter riding on top because they're like a duo. So that would have looked a bit better, but I mean the scale honestly looks pretty good. I have to admit, I do like the look of the scale. So yeah, that's what it does look like. Then taking a look at the arm there, you can see what it looks like. That honestly looks really neat. You can see that side there, it works really well. We actually have original like foam piece up there, which is really weird, but it honestly works pretty nice for like some tubing, some wiring, some detailing. You can see we have the little sword part, so that looks really neat. You can see of course we have the hinges, but then the gap, you can see that there is a humongous gap, which honestly looks really awkward. I don't like this gap whatsoever. It looks okay like this, and it's not as bad as it looks on the box, but this does not work. They really should have just given you a dome piece like the the Age of Ultron and the Infinity War ones. That was 15 and 18, so that definitely would have been much better. But I mean, the head does look okay like that, but I think they definitely could have done it much better there. You can see the head honestly I think looks really nice. Mine sadly has a mark at the bottom, which stands out to me a tad, but I mean, it is okay. So yeah, that's what he looks like. Honestly, I think it looks really awesome. And actually taking a look at the body printing, you can see that there. Sorry, we're not body printing, the stickers on the body here. You can see that there. It looks really cool. We have Captain America's shield. We have like a petrol or something like that, little entrance. We have that, which the metal continues. I really like the look of that. And I like the jagged lines there, so it shows it isn't built perfectly. Of course, this was built in like 1930s or early 1940s, so that is that. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Honestly, it looks really cool. We have the Tesseract glowing, which doesn't make sense if Red Skull's escaping with it, but there you can see the interior. There's not much to it, but what you can do, you can actually add like the extra ammunition and slot it in the back, which that tends to fall out quite a bit, so I typically just keep it to the back. But actually, I don't know why I didn't keep it in there. I mean, it's staying in there fine at the minute. So yeah, that's what the mech looks like. Honestly, this is just such a good mech. I really enjoy the detailing, and it's really good considering that it is another Iron Man mech. So yeah, that is the mech. Now let's go on to my final thoughts of this really awesome set. So one quick final note, you can see here that is where the stud shooters are there on the underside, and the underside are also polished off really nicely. So that is the Hydra Stomper mech. So there we have it. I hope you did enjoy this video. Overall, I think this set is honestly really awesome. I really love What If, like I said, so that is another factor to it. But yeah, it's really awesome. This set, I think, is pretty accurate. Like I said, the scale's a little bit off, and the color mainly should be sand green, but nevertheless, I still think this is a really neat build. The figures are pretty awesome, though. I think the Peggy Carter figure could have been done a bit better. Maybe I think Kira's hairpiece, and I think like the actual Haley Atwell minifigure face, I think that would have been better. I know they're sort of similar, but still, I think it would have been definitely good to see. And the Red Skull figure's really awesome, though. I get why they can't have a pistol, but I mean, it would definitely look better. It'd be interesting to see what they do if Indiana Jones does return next year, which we still actually have not heard anything about that, so who exactly knows. And the Steve Rogers figure definitely could be improved too, but apart from the figures, I think are a little bit ropey on this set. That is sort of my preference, but the build, though, I think definitely more than makes up for it. So thank you all for watching this video. What do you think? What did you think of the What If final? Don't put any spoilers in the comment section because everyone may not have had the chance to see it yet, but still, what did you think? What do you think of the show in general, and what do you think of this set? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and until the next video, see you there. Bye for now.